And thank you for including my research in this Care and Knowledge Exchange event today. My name is Ariella Meltzer. I am a researcher at the Centre for Social Impact at the University of New South Wales. I do social impact research focused on disability, young people, families, peer support, and social purpose organisations. Today I'm going to talk about some of my research into sibling support. The content I will cover comes from a current study I'm doing about sibling support as a field of practice, drawing on the perspectives of leaders of sibling support organisations around the world. It also draws on some prior research I did about the nature of the relationship between siblings with and without disabilities. So to start out, I'm going to cover a really basic question. What is sibling support? Sibling support is an adjacent support type to mainstream carer services and supports. It is designed to support the health, wellbeing and relationships of siblings of people with disability. It has a lot of overlap with other carer services and supports, but one of its critical features is that it is focused on siblings only and prioritises aspects of siblings' needs and of the sibling relationship outside of only direct care interactions. There are many reasons for this, but all centre around the reality that many siblings have a fraught relationship with the idea of being a carer, especially when they're younger. Some see other people as in more carer-like roles than themselves. Others perhaps see themselves as a carer or carer in waiting for when their parents age or pass away, but they don't want that role now. And still others actively don't want to see themselves as a carer because they see this as in direct conflict with their sibling relationship. So these are the reasons why sibling support exists as an adjacent but separate field of practice. But what does it really look like on the ground? So part of my research has been to pilot and then test a typology of sibling support practice as a field. The image up on the screen is the typology that my work has crafted. You can see that there are three tiers to the typology. The first is the underpinning principles of sibling support. These are establishing a shared identity and experience as siblings, recognising siblings as a key part of the family system, and ensuring that siblings have a voice about what's happening in their family and with their brother or sister. The next tier of the typology is the purposes or functions of sibling support. The first is making sure that their individual needs are addressed. So recognising and validating their experience, addressing their social and emotional well-being, ensuring they have practical knowledge and skills, and assisting and supporting with caregiving roles. Other purposes and functions include supporting the relationships between siblings and people with disability and parents, building connection and community between siblings as a shared identity group, advocacy on behalf of siblings and sibling-focused organisations, and research to ensure that all support is based on evidence and best practice. The final tier of the typology is the delivery methods of sibling support. These include peer support for siblings, education and training for siblings, that practical element again, and information delivery for siblings. The final one there is capacity building for sibling supporters, which is ensuring that parents, service providers and schools, for example, have the information and tools they need to support siblings. As you can see, there's much overlap in that typology with other carer services and supports, and some places where caregiving is actually explicitly referred to. Combining that with an intentional foregrounding of the specificity of the sibling experience and relationship is what really sets sibling support apart. In terms of policy and practice implications from my work, I think the main thing is thinking about where collaboration between sibling support and more traditional carer services is required. Both are usually working towards the same aims, and it will be important for them to work together to meet the needs of as many siblings as possible. Working together also helps to share the load within a context of scarce resources for some of this type of support work. My research is ongoing and my contact details are up on the screen. I would welcome hearing from anyone who wishes to talk about the intersections of sibling support and carer support. Thank you very much for having me with you here today.